With me? May the force be with me? All right, you want to donate to MSF. All right, what's up? Early morning GDQ. My name is Lasertrap for reasons I don't even know. I press buttons and go fast, and it has been my dream since I watched this live first 10 years ago to be up on this stage. Here I am with a group of friends, so please introduce yourselves as well.
Hi, I'm Jank. I used to run this game.
Oh, I'm Brandino. I run Lego The Lord of the Rings on 3DS. I've never seen a frame of this game until today, so that'll be really exciting.
Hey, I'm Andre. I run this game as well as Bionicle and Lego Island.
All right, so we have a nice mix on our couch. And with that, I think I'm ready to go. So how about an early morning crowd countdown from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. This is the GBA version of Lego Star Wars 1. That means we're doing episodes 1, 2, and 3, the prequels. It is an isometric game. It is not like your traditional games. This one came out at the same time as the PC and console versions that you're probably more familiar with. But if you did play this game, know that I appreciate you a lot. So Obi-Wan is in a room where nothing can go wrong. All right. First thing we're gonna do is open this door, and then we're going to not go through the door, and with shaky hands, this is very difficult, and go out of bounds.
Nice.
Hey!
Immediately already breaking the game.
So corners are just a suggestion?
You got it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm actually really underneath where I need to be, so I'm gonna have to jump up a bit. It's really important to know your out of bounds routes. Like even this one, I did a marathon run where I got lost at the beginning. Now we're in the next room. So to explain corner clips, imagine a bus.
No, I won't.
All right, so because you're so bored of that bus, you're bored of this meme, you're gonna snap that bus in half. And that's kind of how walls are. They have like this bit where in the middle you can sort of go in between where they interact, and then you have to wiggle around a little bit, and then you get slightly inside the bus or inside the wall. And I don't know how to tie this last part to a bus at all, but then you have to go back to where the walls actually meet, and then you can just go straight through once you wiggle around inside the wall a little bit.
Would you say that wiggling is a fundamental part of the speed run?
Wiggling is a fundamental part of every game I speedrun. So we had a little bit of normal level here, but as we get inside, quick way to take these out, 2 slashes, and then 2 super moves. Every character has a different super move on the R button, and Obi-Wan's is that little force push where I can take all 3 of those out at once. And this is your status screen. It's gonna take like 9 seconds if I didn't get any bonuses. There are some small bonuses to be aware of. Now, we had Obi-Wan there, and Qui-Gon is gonna make a mistake, and that is touching grass. Other than that, he is about to make one more big mistake coming up very soon. So now we're in the Naboo forest, and he's going to see a very interesting creature.
What is that?
A simple Gungan Jar Jar. Very confused by the invaders of its habitat. And he makes a good noise.
Great.
So I just discovered a new out of bounds clip in this room. The one place you can get out of bounds is very tricky to find where you need to go. And again, I need really quick hand movements for this to work, which is tricky when they are shaky.
I think it's higher.
It's a little higher, yep.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at the topic.
Wiggling, and we're through, all right. So it saves about 10 seconds if done well. I'm probably going about even with the old strat. But then once I'm over here, I can jump up. Jar Jar has a high jump. That is his main feature. But there's meant to be a force field here, and there isn't.
Nice. I feel like that was the first strat that was found in a couple
long
years.
time, yeah.
Yeah.
I never found anything myself. All right, take this really slow. Come on. Short presses. Now we're through. All right.
That one can be very tricky, especially with all the enemies shooting you there. You can often take a death there, so that's very good to get through.
Absolutely, and you saw me change character, and that's a long animation. We want to minimize changing characters wherever possible, because in this game they have to disassemble and then the new character reassembles. Just casually under the level right now, and to the end. And you're probably going to think, with that new out of bounds clip, okay, this is cool, but is the whole run going to be out of bounds? And at the moment, I'm not going to beat the allegations. Because I'm about to go out of bounds again.
This is, in my opinion, the hardest out of bounds in the game.
It's important to change to Qui-Gon early, otherwise you'll be delayed changing, but we get through here.
Ooh, first try?
Yeah,
That was
okay.
very clean.
Very, very clean.
And then up, and jump, and we are
Nice.
good.
Very nice.
Very good.
So now I get to do the rest of the level inbounds, and we get to talk a little bit more about what this game is meant to be about. So let me tell you that this is actually a very hard game, even casually. Especially when you get to episode 3, you'll be struggling to stay alive even with your 7 hearts instead of your traditional 4 in a Lego game. And that is important because if you die, you are restarting the whole room, which is unlike almost any other Lego game.
Well, actually.
Okay.
Lego The Hobbit for 3DS.
Okay.
Same thing.
All right, Brandino.
A weird thing about these Lego games, the handheld version, like the console versions tend to follow a pretty exact formula. There's been changes over the years, but in terms of like the core gameplay, it's very much the same. The handheld games are the Wild West. They are all over the place, all kinds of different gameplay styles. Sometimes you get
Look at these targets, by the way.
They don't like to function. I said it, but
I mean, I was shooting not where they are. There's an invisible place here where you get drops. One of them is speed up. So that's one of the things in this game is that you get random drops like attack upgrade and speed up. So right now, I'm zooming a little bit more than usual. And there's another one just chilling on top of this ship to get around this room while I'm freeing the Royal Guards. Other than that, there's gonna be one section where I do have to switch back to Jar Jar just to get a high jump. But I've got 2 more guards to free, and I think I'd like to hear from Jadelyn in that time.
Wonderful, because I have donations for you. We've got $10 from Robasar01. Says, wiggle, bam, their socks off. I'm so proud of you.
That is my fiance.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you so much for that. Do you have time for one more?
I do, in fact.
Wonderful. We've got $5 from Prince that says, it's a laser trap. I couldn't let go of this opportunity to support the run and Doctors Without Borders. Yoda best. I can't wait to watch you break this game brick by brick. Good luck with the run.
Thank you so much, Prince, another LEGO community moderator who's been around for a really long time, and we appreciate all the work he does in the community. So while we were getting donations read, I mean, there wasn't anything too out of the ordinary, but you may have noticed a little bit of lag. This game slows down a lot.
you forgot to mention the skip with the platform. You just jump on a barrel.
Oh, that's true. I was going completely the wrong way. I don't know where I was going there. But this is Tatooine, and we got more out of bounds, and I actually got into the wall there quickly. That I used to call the easiest clip in the game before I started eating my words all the time. I called it that because it was the first out of bounds clip I ever learned how to do, because the collision is actually where the graphics says it is. That is a key part of like a lot of corners. The collision is not where you think it should be. And we're going to see that with this corner right here. It's a little bit to the right, or I don't know, to the left. Wiggle and clip. All right, there we go. So now we're walking around. This is kind of the most simple level as well. Right now we're just talking to Watto. There's something going on my headphones. Is there something behind me? So we're talking to Watto.
Who's this?
And he's gonna give us Anakin. There's no pod race here, unfortunately, but I was supposed to pick up R2 in this room, and you'll see in a second that the game, once I'm out of that room, gives me R2 anyway. Now I can swap. You have to wait a little bit before you can change characters. Once you start a room, it has to show you little different bits of overlay. But other than that, as we finish this up, I'd love to hear from Jadelyn again, actually.
And I would love to tell you what's been coming in for you. Like this $100 from
Yo.
Spicy Spock.
Yo.
Yo, let's go Lego. Have a great morning, GDQ.
Thank you so much.
We've also got $25 from B-Park16 that says, use the Force, Jar Jar.
Well, funnily enough, Jar Jar is going to start off this level for us. And he is unfortunately, going to be the star of the show. But remember when I talked about super moves? We're going to get to see Jar Jar's super move in this level, and it's a fun one.
Probably my favorite super move, just because of the noise he makes.
Absolutely. So we're gonna walk over there first. But then, you know that scene where they're fighting in that huge field or whatever, there's a whole bunch of battle droids. This game's version of that is that we have to kill 30 of them to move on. Or, disassemble 30 of them. They are just droids and they are just Legos. But that's going to start here. And I used to get an attack upgrade, but I worked out that it's not actually worth it for me. So here's all the droids, and hopefully...
Okay.
Hopefully, let's see. Yeah, all right.
You're okay.
Listen to that noise. They're not cooperating super well, but I'm gonna pick up a bunch of these studs because there is a revive drone that I can buy in this level. Like, just in case I die, that means I don't have to restart this entire droid section. It is random. Some of these blue guys on top don't count for some reason, so I am gonna leave them alone and then just come down here. I have my revive drone now. I'm gonna use my super move a little more when I can. But just to explain why I'm not using it sometimes, it's because it is tied to that lightsaber meter underneath my hearts. I don't need that speed right now. I don't think it's gonna help me at all. So right now I don't have enough of that special meter to use it. And from here, it's just hoping they spawn in, hoping I stay alive. I do have the revive, but it would still be a time loss. All right, should be able to do something here. Those little blue sparkly drops, they make the lightsaber go back up. Still not enough at the moment.
I do think this game does sort of prove the theory of the Darth Jar Jar conspiracy.
Yeah.
Because only a Sith Lord could solo 30 droids at a time.
Absolutely.
It's a lightsaber. It's got to be the Force, right?
Exactly.
That lightsaber upgrade, by the way, good timing, is an attack upgrade if they want to spawn in.
Classic.
So they go through very quickly. Okay, that wasn't too bad in the end. And yes, as Jank said, I want to avoid those studs so that I don't get a stud bonus in the status screen. Now in this part, they all surrender, then there's gonna be a 35-second countdown. I need to explain something before that runs out, but we do have more time, Jalen.
Wonderful. I do want to give a quick update for that glitch exhibition for Roller Coaster Tycoon. $72,089 towards that $10,000 goal. Thank you so much. We are getting there, chat. And also $10 from Anonymous. How much do I need to donate to unsee Qui-Gon changing his lightsaber hand every time he turns around?
Okay, I didn't notice that. Did anyone else notice that?
I never noticed that either. No, I won't be able to unsee it.
So I could do a little, maybe quick, fun wall clip here, but when the timer hits 1 second, I'm going to need to hit select, and that will bring up the character select menu for an important trick at the end of this level, because this is going to change where we are very quickly to the Darth Maul scene. All right, 1 second. Select menu up. I have to wait until the overlay goes away, and now activate the cutscene. And, okay, they're walking to the boss arena, all spooky.
Just casually strolling to go fight each other.
And then the cutscene ends before it's supposed to. So they're still walking, and I can walk to them. I'm just doing those slashes to time when this force field opens. And before we get there, I'm gonna slash Darth Maul and just start wailing on him. And kill him before we get to the boss arena, and that will end the level early.
As a kid, I remember struggling with this fight.
It is a hard one. I don't have a backup if that misses.
All the fights are honestly kind of hard casually.
All right, that's a sub 13 episode 1. I'm okay with that. That's a pretty good one.
That is pretty good.
All right. So there were 5 levels in episode 1. For some reason, there's only 3 in episode 2 and then 6 in episode 3.
Don't worry, it hits all the important scenes.
Yeah, it really does. We're back on Tatooine, and this looks really familiar. We're doing exactly the same clip. That was a speedy one. That one went straight through the wall.
Nice.
Is this the exact same Tatooine map from earlier too?
It sure is. Right now it is. Although we will not be doing this out of bounds clip because for some reason it does not load the trigger to the next room, this one. So I have to actually jump over the Tusken Raiders and stuff, but there is a health refill that I'm probably just gonna take.
There's so many of them. We haven't actually mentioned that we are avoiding a lot of triggers specifically to avoid enemies.
Yeah, that's true. That's a lot of out of bounds will despawn enemies, which is nice when you're trying to avoid a large time loss from death. So this time we talked to Watto, we want to know about Anakin's mom. So she has been sold to a moisture farmer, and we're going to go to that moisture farm. This is like Uncle Owen, I believe. I think this is meant to be Owen. It doesn't look much like him. But there's something wrong with his farm. The Tusken Raiders have messed it all up. So we have to repair the farm. Oh no. How has this responsibility fallen to us? So there's that one. There's 5 of them. There's a helpful counter on the bottom right corner. But the good thing about walls that are not diagonal is that they always have corner collision. Wow, that was fast.
That was so good.
That's a really hard one. So now I'm underneath the level and I don't have to worry about the Tusken Raiders, and I can use the force from below the, I don't know, moisture equipment. All right, last one over here, and we have an important scene coming up. So now that we've helped Owen, he's actually going to tell us what happened. Jump up just to be able to speak to him.
And if you saw there, we actually saw 01 and 02, because there are 2 of them there.
Yes, that's true. There are 2 Owens. I completely toned that out. All right, we're getting on our speeder bike, and Mom! Mom!
I feel like
Son.
we skipped a lot of story.
Have a seat. Love, death, anger.
This is a speed run, so we are speedrunning the 7 stages of grief.
So he's so angry, and you know how in the movie Anakin talks about going and avenging his mother and disassembling all the Lego Tusken Raiders? Well, the game makes us do that in the GBA version. By the way, there's like no Camino or anything. It's just Tatooine, and then we're going to the droid factory right after this. So I do have like a relatively scripted way, although I didn't stay on top for as long as I wanted.
Of all these enemy spam levels, I believe this is the only one that is this consistent.
It's, yes, way more consistent than the droids. Anakin's super move is his lightsaber throw. I have to play it really safe right now.
Goodness.
I skipped the revive.
Oh, jeez.
All right, full health refill.
That was close.
Good recovery.
Yeah. I saw what was happening. So they take 3 hits when you don't have full. All right, hey guys. Can I just throw this way? Get a few of them? Oh, so close.
Sick.
All right. Oh no, I just got 10 studs at the end, so that is gonna be a stud bonus in the status screen. Also triumphant music after that, like, do you feel proud of yourself?
Yeah, it's very
Good job.
interesting that they would put that scene in the game, given that it's not in the console version at
I
all.
don't know why they
I'm
did.
noticing that there are a lot of scenes in this version that aren't in the console, because you had Jar Jar
Whoa.
on Naboo, which was not something that you do in the console version.
Not at the end, yeah. You have him at the beginning, but not
For like when you meet him, but not like
Yeah.
the, because
That's
it's like level
right.
5 is the palace level, and then you have Darth Maul.
Really tricky clips in Droid Factory. And episode 2 is going great right now.
Yeah, that was very fast.
We've got 2 more. This is actually a really short level with a lot of clips. Brandino, how are you doing? You've never seen this game before.
I'm amazed that the collision just doesn't care.
Yeah, it tries to care, but it doesn't try hard enough. Whoop, okay, another one right here. I can't keep getting away with this. This is way harder. You saw it in episode 1.
I'm actually
This is
stunned
so
right
good.
now. This is...
All right, this one's slightly on the right side. All right, there we go. This is more like normal. And we're wiggling around and we're through.
There we go.
And so this will just take us right into the end cutscene. So this is 3 levels long, right? We've had Tatooine again. We've had Droid Factory. What could be the 3rd level of episode 2? Any guesses? Brandino, you never seen. I want to know what you're expecting.
I would assume the arena, given
The arena?
that's where
Good guess.
level 3 in the console version, but
You're not
Somehow-
far off. Same planet.
Somehow Droid Factory returned.
oh no. It's like poetry, it rhymes.
Error. Stuck in droid mode. Please read 1 donation to fix.
I can read 1 donation. We have $5 from Sonic7 that says, Laser Trap, the Lego handheld goat. Super happy to see this game at GDQ. It's a super cool run. Good luck, Laser. Yoda Pog.
Thank you. I made a little mistake there, sorry. I didn't do that droid bit as well as I wanted, but I thought it would be a fun one to do.
You know, before today, my history with this game was that when I was young, I went to the Scholastic Book Fair and got a cheat code book that had cheats for this game.
Vertical flight, by the way, with R2. Doesn't happen anywhere else in the series as far as I know. You just buy it from that one protocol droid and you can fly upwards.
Actually, there is something we skip in 3-1.
What, they didn't activate? Oh, we skip it in 3-1, that's right. All right, now we talk to Anakin. Okay.
Anakin's woken up from his nap. It is quite early, so he's a little bit sleepy.
I made a weird mistake and then I made another weird mistake, but that's okay. Episode 2 is going a little bit too well. All right, so sometimes I jump to avoid like the bullets from enemies. It is not faster because there is a little bit of a delay when you land. It is faster to jump down those stairs though, so you're not, delaying on every stair. Let's see if these targets want to open. No, don't face that way. I'm telling you to face that way. All right, this super's in the way. Green supers, as you do.
Jump over the...
These hitboxes look incredible, by the way.
Oh, they are. All right, swap to R2 early because we need him early in the next room. That was a really unfortunately placed gold stud. That's worth 10, and 10 is when you get a bonus on the status screen. Come on, panel. All right, I'll work from the side. That works. Panels you can use from anywhere unless they don't want to be used from the front. It's really weird.
Another weird thing about this game is that the stud values are completely different than the console version. Usually, blues are the most valuable at 1,000, but in this game, they're only worth 5. And the gold ones are worth 10.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, the order switched.
Yeah, and silvers are just 1. I don't feel great about my health right now. This could be tricky. I'm definitely going to take out these Geonosians for safety. And then clipping with R2 is more difficult. Okay. We got to stay really close to the inbound so that this trigger spawns. This is a great audience, by the way. Thank you so much for supporting me every time I go out of bounds. Shout out early morning GDQ if you got up for Lego Star Wars on the GBA.
What else am I going to get up for?
Well, everything else, but you can't just stay up, surely.
Oh, that's a challenge.
All right, come on, the same clip. R2 clips are a little bit trickier because he has a delay when you press a direction. All right, stay up here. And then we have to do this extended fly. You see me like tapping sometimes to extend his flight because R2, instead of having a super move, his flight timer is based on the lightsaber meter, and we're in. And it's Dooku. So we have to throw the lightsaber, hit Dooku before the fight starts, and that will make something very special happen. All right, he was gonna leave, but he realized we're here, and he can't just let us live, right?
Wait, I feel like we've chopped up several sequences right now. What is happening?
The level actually goes straight from Droid Factory to Dooku. That's really what happens. But because of that lightsaber throw, he is now very allergic to Yoda.
I feel like as a kid, I played this game before I actually watched the movies. This was my introduction to Star Wars.
So he's supposed to fight back, but that one lightsaber throw, for whatever reason, makes him fall asleep. Again, it is early. I don't blame him. And that is episode 2. Woo! All right. So that's like the halfway-ish point. Episode 3 is just under half of the run. It's where it gets a lot harder. I am expecting to die in episode 3. It is very hard. And it's going to start with a clip that is kind of time sensitive because if I don't get it quickly, this big gun there is going to be on to me, and I don't feel good about this at all.
In record attempts, we would be doing episode 3 first, and then 1 and 2.
Yes.
Just to get this level out of the way because it's so difficult.
Taking a specific line there just so that hopefully the door is active. Otherwise, we may have a problem. All right, we can get through. And now we have the really weird elevator scene that they obsessed over in this game for some reason. We're going to be here for a while.
Those are words to my ears. Would you like to hear some donations?
Give me just a second because there is a longer cutscene later. I will have gameplay in just a second after this. It's a little bit weird, but Anakin's stuck in the elevator. R2 is going to be moving around a little bit more. So I will have time for you very soon, Jadlyn.
Not a problem. Enjoy.
All right. How am I blowing up these droids with R2? Jang, this is for you because you found this.
Yeah, so basically, I had looked at the run and all of the mines were dropped so that they would I didn't prepare this well at all.
That's okay, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Do you want me to take over quickly, or do you got it?
R2 can drop these mines, and they generally explode after a few seconds. So there was a route to take in between all of them.
Hey, there we go.
Nice.
And then you can detonate them with L, which we didn't know until you started running. So this is a cutscene, and then we're kind of retracing back to the elevator with R2. Jadlyn, perfect time for you to go.
Wonderful, because I have $25 from a fellow non-binary that says, love laser traps energy, smiley, plus donating for non-binary support.
Heck yeah. I love all the NBs out there and trans rights.
We also have $10 from Emperor Palpatine that says, the dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural, such as clipping out of bounds.
You've called me out. You've found out my secret. I am using the dark side of the Force. All right, we've got back to the elevator. Thank you so much for reading those donations. Thank you so much, everyone, for donating. I can't believe how much we've raised so far.
Somehow, Palpatine donated.
Somehow Palpatine donated. Yeah, somehow Droid Factory returned, somehow Palpatine donated. This is kind of a hard clip, and it may look like just a corner clip, but it's really important because it will despawn like a barrier in the way. All right, in the wall, there we go. So it also despawns the enemies, and yeah, this is a pretty straightforward hallway. But we're going up to Dooku again. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, they have a goofy run cycle in this game. With
They
the
sure
way
do.
that they're swinging that sword. He's gonna hurt himself,
They're in the way.
man.
I was imitating him, and then they got in the way.
Like, all right, buddy.
Is this possible?
So, hey, Palpatine, you're not an emperor. You're the chancellor right now.
Palpatine's behind it all.
All right, it's
Anakin,
Dooku.
run.
So we're fighting Dooku with Anakin this time. We don't get to choose this one as much, but Jank, if you're prepared for this, I'd love you to take over this part.
Oh, yeah. So throwing the lightsaber is the best way to damage him. There is a strat where you can clip him under the stairs and he'll get stuck.
And I'm gonna get him stuck there anyway, but just throw the lightsaber at him.
Yeah. Otherwise, if you were to slash your lightsaber, he might try and counter you. And then you have to basically mash through a little prompt.
I heard him die off screen. That's important to listen out for.
I'm noticing that Obi-Wan's sprite is still his episode 1 sprite.
And Anakin's sprite is still his episode 2
Oh,
sprite?
yeah.
Yep.
I didn't even see yeah, interesting.
Yeah. And now we are going to Kashyyyk. And we have my favorite character. Yoda is my spirit animal. Unfortunately, he's slow in this game, and it is faster to move around by jumping. We can get Chewbacca in this room, but we need to use the Force, and character swapping is even slower. So I'm going to stick with Yoda and just jump around. Skip Chewbacca, we'll get to him in the next room. I don't think we have any like naming bid wars open right now, but if you're watching this and you want to honor one of my wishes, it is my wish to name like everything as a bid war Yoda. I would really love that. We're freeing the clone troopers. What could go wrong with that?
Oh yeah, there's clone troopers in this game.
You know what? I'm skipping the revive. I'm doing it.
Oh yeah.
I'm doing it on the stage. I'm skipping the revive. This is really risky.
Gamer time. Yoda is actually the best character in LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga on DS.
It's true.
Because
I love him.
He is capable of clipping through just about any door that he feels like clipping through.
Yes. LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga on DS is my favorite speed game of all time, specifically the free play category. Oh, that wasn't speed. I thought it was speed for a second. You can get speed drops from those clone troopers, but we're just jumping our way over, and it's lagging a little bit. Not anymore in this room.
Yeah, Yoda's definitely like a staple of the LEGO Star Wars speedrunning for also the PC version as well for free play. Runners commonly use.
This is Barry the Barrier. Sorry, Andre.
Oh, the Barry.
Oh no!
Oh, Barry!
Barry!
Not like this.
I kind of expected that to happen. It's a very difficult line. It's harder than it may look, and I just failed it, so. All right,
There.
just on there.
Good second try.
Nice.
I did have a backup for if that didn't work. Now, this room transition, when I switched to Chewbacca, makes it very risky to not pick up the revive because you'll see when the beginning HUD goes away that it's stolen half of my health. So I have to do the rest of the level, which is almost 2 minutes, without dying now. It's not as tricky as when we return to Kashyyyk later, but I would usually get the revive from that guy in that hut. So I have to really avoid getting shot wherever possible. Why are you down there? You're never down there.
We used to be so scared of some of these enemies that we would take it slow and destroy them.
Yeah, there is one that I am definitely going to get rid of anyway, because I am not confident getting past that one.
Oh, really?
With this health. The one later, but this room...
The turret one, right?
Yeah, but the first one I am going to jump over because I'm fairly confident with the timing. Small hops, nice. That would instantly kill me because that is bigger damage.
Big laser equals
Those
big damage.
things scared me as a kid.
Yeah. By the way, something I should mention, this game has adjustable jump height. You can do small or big jumps, which is not like other games. Shoot that one off screen and it gives me a heart. I should be home free for the rest of the level. Skipping the revive paid off for a small time save.
Let's go.
It's a very deep game, you know?
Yeah, there's a lot to be aware of.
Mechanics are very, very in-depth.
Nice tree clip for fun. This saves like 3 seconds if you do it that well.
I'm shocked at how well your corner clips are going. These are so fast.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this run is going. And we are done. All right, yes. I can't believe I skipped the revive on this stage.
Stage.
That's stupid.
That's only stupid if it fails.
All right, we are now on Utapau, which is where they meet Grievous. It looks a little bit different to how you may remember it. Like the Grievous level on PC, or on PC
so
console
small.
and on DS is small. It's just one arena. And yeah, this level we're gonna be doing a lot, but right now, what we're doing, for some reason R4 is in this level, even though he should have already died.
He would have blown up over Coruscant.
In Coruscant, yeah. But
Doesn't he get buzzsawed?
yeah,
Yep.
we have to go back and get R4 now, rescue him from a couple droids. But really, until that point, I have time for like 2 or 3 donations. So go
Wonderful.
ahead.
Well, I have donations for you. First, I did want to give a quick update about that glitch exhibition for Roller Coaster Tycoon. $7,744 towards that 10,000 raise. We are getting there, chat. Thank you. When you get your donations in at gdq.gg/donate, make sure you scroll down to the bottom and click that incentive. We are making great strides. Thank you so much. Like also this $25 from Sleepy Smiley Face that says, so happy to be awake for this. Lego Star Wars is everything less than 3 and trans rights.
Woo. Woo. Nothing that gets the early morning crowd going like that. I'm gonna pick up some safety hearts there. And R4, he's not terribly slow as a droid. Like in other games, droids are painfully slow. In this game, he's not that bad. You want to give me a speed? No.
I mean, he's no gonk droid.
In my world record, I randomly killed that droid and got a speed up drop from it, so I was zooming at this section. But I haven't had any random speed drops yet, unfortunately.
I had honestly never seen a
It was
speed drop
completely
there.
random. Like, it was in my way, so I'm like, fine, you're dying. This panel sometimes doesn't work, and then I need to listen to the audio, so quiet for just a second, please. Oh. Please tell me I saved that. I got hit in the air. Yes, okay, I'm still flying. I got hit while I was flying. You can move during that for some reason. I don't know why. Here is my favorite trick, named by my fiance. It's called Wiggle Bam because you wiggle and then you bam. And this is how you go out of bounds on a concave corner as opposed to a convex corner. All right, wiggle, bam, and we're through.
Nice.
It's a good strat move.
I could never get that trick, so I just ended up finding a corner clip instead.
Yeah, the wiggle bam is weird.
I stand by that being faster, though.
Yeah, this one I think is faster. The second one, you can't just do one wiggle bam. We've got to do another one later. But the second one I do think is slower. All right, now we're in the Grievous arena. This is really, really tricky because there isn't a cheese nearly as easy as the other bosses we saw. I can stun lock him, but it's going to require me to concentrate. And there's some stuff on the way there. Jank, are you ready to take over?
Oh, sure.
All right.
All right, so generally you would be defeating all 6 of these blue droids before the green ones would come down, but you can just slash them. See, we're hoping for maybe a attack power-up with that first one. Didn't happen. Knowing our luck, it's going to happen here.
Because we can't get that one if it's...
We wouldn't be able to get that one.
All right.
So now we absolutely We have to, this is actually pretty good if they don't. Okay.
Oh, no, I'm
Nope.
doing.
Oh, now it's in a bad position though. So basically, just slash. That's it.
Is that Duel of the Fates playing right now?
It sure is.
It is.
I don't think that song plays here.
If you were to kill this super battle droid after you kill Grievous, it's soft locks.
By the way, it isn't as simple as just slash. That is a rhythm, which is why I can't talk during that part. You can't spam it, otherwise you'll lose the rhythm of the stun lock. So, yeah, thank you so much for commentating over that. Now we're back in Kashyyyk. And I've actually started skipping the revive in this level regularly too. So it turns out that I'm only buying the revive in one level in this run, which is crazy.
Yeah, given how difficult this game is, even casually, not getting a revive is super risky, but definitely worth the time save.
While we head outside of these huts, Jadlyn, go ahead for one more donation, please.
Wonderful. I've got $5 from Happy Buy 3 that says, my first donation of the event because Emperor Palpatine mentioned. Shoutouts to my cat, whose full legal name is Emperor Palpatine is my dad.
I did not know this lore. Thank you so much. So, you remember when that other door stole half of my health? Well, that's gonna happen here when I switch to Chewbacca. It's tied to character swaps for some reason. But now I'm gonna go to out of bounds here. Wow, no way.
That was so good.
That was so
And
fast.
this out of bounds is very important because it skips Order 66.
Oh, okay, cool.
We
So
will
now
not
what
be
happens?
executing Order 66. That means the clones will not be shooting at me. Oh,
I guess you're done.
never mind.
Oh.
They're shooting at me. It just skips the little cutscene where that happens early. I don't like being at 2 hearts here. This is really risky. What am I doing? Skipping the revive on the stage. I desperately need to get the first heart that is available to me. Please do not die before then. There's one right here.
Okay.
Don't shoot at me.
Nice.
Pick up that heart.
Okay.
There's going to be a full refill in the
Okay.
next room. Full refill in
Nice.
the next room. All right.
Oh, yeah.
so close.
Let's
that
go.
was so good.
Oh my God, I was so nervous.
All right, another clip here. This one's faster than the other one I saw. Oh, I was in and then I wiggled my way out. And now the droidic is shooting at me. Don't be...
Uh-oh. Oh, come on.
Come on, tree clip.
There
Oh,
we
wow, that took a lot of health. Okay, we might not be free for the rest of the level. I haven't died yet, and I have done one deathless run in my life. This game is insanely hard. Oh, what?
What?
Excuse
was
me?
That?
How did you get on that?
All right, we got that tree
Nice,
clip
okay.
at
That was
least.
very fast.
That turret scares me in runs.
Fortunately, we used to lose half of our health there, and that doesn't happen anymore with the early switch. Or that was just me. Jank was smart and swapped earlier, and then I realized I was losing time.
I honestly didn't know about the health swap or the health loss mechanic, and I've been doing a lot of these strats.
I wouldn't call it a mechanic. I don't know why it happens.
Maybe oversight is a better word.
We just switched to Yoda there for the force usage, and then back to Chewie. All right. This is gonna be scary because I really don't want to die. I should be good in this room, but the last room might be a little bit sketchy. All right, let's jump up here. You know what? I have time for another donation right now. Let me just chill out a little bit.
Wonderful, because we have $25 from Room 208 that just says less than 3. Thank you so much for that generous donation going towards Doctors Without Borders. Also wanted to
we'll be right
update,
back. Yeah, go
we've
for
got $8,114 towards that $10,000 goal for the Glitch exhibition of Roller Coaster Tycoon. 81% of the way there, chat. You're crushing it.
Let's go. You know what? Give me one more.
I am more than happy to do that for you. We've got $50 from Talon Dragon. No comment, but thank you so much for your donation.
I die in one more hit right now. I'm gonna try and play this out. There's an important lag reduction strat in this room. If one of these wants to drop a heart, that would be lovely. So I'm using the force to get rid of a force field. Oh, that's a
there's
heart.
one.
Fortunately, while you're using the force, you are invincible,
Nice.
which is a really, really nice thing in a game that is hard enough as it is. I think the lag reduction worked because it's not too
This
slow
is-
right now.
No, honestly, I feel like this is a really good Kashyyyk.
Yeah, okay. No battle droids behind that wall. That means we shouldn't be getting the really dangerous spawn here.
And another heart there, too.
Well, if there's no enemies, which there shouldn't be, I'm going to gamble on that. I'm going to skip that. All right, they despawned. The lag reduction worked. And we have not died yet, and there are only 2 levels left in the run. All right.
Nice.
All right. So we can't just do one wiggle bam, right? This one is a little bit slower than a regular corner clip, and it's really risky because if I fall, I lose 20 seconds. I have to open this door again, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So I would love if we could all wiggle together and bam together. Ready? Wiggle, oh, bam! I didn't think that would work because that was way too fast. I didn't expect to go so quickly. That was way too fast of a wiggle. All right, let's do it again.
Do another one.
All right. Oh, now they're here.
Oh, who are they?
Wiggle with us.
Wiggle, bam. Hey.
There we
Nice.
go.
I honestly don't remember those super battle droids. I'm not gonna lie.
This is pretty good pace, honestly. I just looked at the time.
These out of bounds are crazy because you can't really, I can't really tell where you are in relation to the level.
Yeah,
Like,
you
you're running
really
on
have
air,
to know.
Or like you're kind because obviously there's several like layers, like vertical layers to the level, and like I can't tell at any point which one you're at because sometimes you'll drop in and sometimes you're below.
He kind of says execute order GG, look at it.
Execute the GG.
One really hard part about being out of bounds is that when you are, your character is rendered above every layer. So unless you sort of have a feeling of where you are, you can't visually see.
Nice, nailed that jump.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, I didn't mean to pick up that Death Star plan. Death Star plans, just to explain it, are like mini-kits in this game. There are 5 in every level, except for when there are 6 in every level.
Yeah.
There's 6 in one level, and we don't know how that works, because like, when I do all Death Star plans runs, the 6th one in that level is always active, as if it's already been collected, and it hasn't been. So I don't know how that works. It's really weird.
Maybe that's the actual Death Star plan.
Maybe.
Maybe that's the lore.
The real Death Star plan was the friends we made along the way. So this level, even though there's no enemies on screen right now, it's kind of slowing down to a crawl. This is the most common crash spot, but once I'm here, it's usually safe. There are like 3 common crash spots in episode 3. All right, let's get this clip. This one's weird. All right, inside, and there we are.
Nice.
There is one more level, everyone. My time with you is almost up. I really appreciate being here. I'd like to, during the opening cutscene, give a quick shout out to the people who helped out. Jank was the world record holder for a long time. It took me a long time to beat her. Also, Skucker got sub 45 before I did. Then there's another user, I think she goes by Schneeheide. She's not on the boards anymore, but she got sub 45 in 2018, and that was so far ahead of its time. Like, it took a long time for us to catch up when we all learned the game.
And that run used the weird separatist ship route where you didn't blow up your own mines.
Yeah, yeah.
So like she routed out everything and still performed it way better than we could for a while.
Absolutely. Shout outs to the whole LEGO community as well. We have a really awesome team of running, like primarily they're PC runners, but I love my handhelds personally.
Me too.
Yeah.
There's something about being able to play a lot of these old handheld games in 2025 that I still enjoy.
I like them because I feel competitive at them.
Important skip here,
Real.
by the way. Let's try and get on this wall. Let's go.
Oh my God.
Let's go.
That's one of the strangest clips for me because it's so easy to die.
It's really inconsistent. You can get stuck and then fall out of bounds. And then Anakin here, we're gonna use Obi-Wan's force push 4 times. Hopefully that will be, oh, it's not gonna be enough.
Uh-oh.
Probably, oh, he's,
Okay.
Nope.
I thought he was running away.
Excuse me, sir.
Hello?
All right, now he's running away. And then, oh, that's early.
Oh no.
Early.
Early. Can you get 2
Come on.
pauses still?
Maybe not.
Maybe?
Come on, buddy.
As long. Yes.
Yes, all right.
You're good.
Pause twice. He should get stuck in the lava. He did not get stuck in the lava. Oh, no. That's so sad because that's the last trick in the run. The run would be over if I got that. I paused too early. But if you pause twice while he's in the air, he's supposed to... Can I get him while he's there? He's supposed to just like stop early in his jump and then fall in the lava. Let's try it here, because he's jumping again. I have got it here once. Let's see if I can show it to you.
I figured it was possible, but
Yes,
that is
yes!
the backup.
Gee.
And that's deathless. I did it deathless.
Yeah!
Second time ever. Second time I've ever
Insane.
done this game deathless. Get ready on time at the end of the status screen. Whew. All right, I can't believe that. All right. And that is time.
Nice.
Wow, incredible.
43, all right. There were some slow parts there, but deathless is, I can't believe I did that.
I can't either. That's so sick.
That's so good.
I can't believe I did that. That's crazy. So closing shoutouts again to the LEGO community and then everyone who ran this game in particular. It's pretty overlooked as a speed game. Like, as I hope you heard from my commentary, it's very involved. There's a lot to keep track of. And then I do also want to give a particular shout out to twitch.tv/LEGO Speedruns. July 18th to 20th, we are going to be doing our annual LEGO marathon called LEGOthon, and I'm running 2 other handheld games. There's going to be LEGO Batman DS and LEGO Indiana Jones 2 DS. That's a really bad game, by the way. And other than that, there's a lot of really cool LEGO games that you'll probably be more familiar with. I don't think I have anything else to say. Do you have anything else back there?
Yeah, this game is really fun to try out.
Yeah.
Join the community. I'm honestly considering coming back.
You should. And thank you so much to people who woke up for this.
Thank you so much, Laser Trap. I did want to wrap up